Good morning, good morning, good morning. Jerry Hab Physical Therapy People, Jackson, Tennessee. Well, anyway, this is Dr. Mike Chua. Yes, I'm your physical therapist and the author of How to Prevent Falls in Your Senior Years. If you want a copy of this book, How to Prevent Falls in Your Senior Years, just shoot me a message. I'll send you a free copy or join our grand opening this August 13th there in Jackson, Tennessee. We're going to give you free copies of my book. This specific book here is called How to Prevent Falls in Your Senior Years. Well, anyway, our topic for today is how to decrease pain, how to decrease your neck and shoulder pain. And the other day, I went to a client, specifically went to his place of business, and he was complaining about neck pain. And he said, "Hey, Dr. Mike, I'm having difficulty looking left and right." So we did some range of motion testing, wherein I have this goniometer, where I check his range of motion. He just can't move his neck towards his left side. And so we did some basic stuff, manual therapy, massaged it, stretched it. So, and then I told him, your body, if it's a true musculo means muscle, skeletal, means bone. If it's a true musculoskeletal, you need to have four things. Okay. Four things. It's like a chair, it's not going to stand up. It's not going to heal. It's going to be hard to stand up or recover or rehabilitate if you don't have those four legs to stand on. Okay. So first thing that you need to remember is your bony structure. So your bony structures needs to be in alignment. If that bone or that shoulder is not in an alignment, in a right angle, or that neck or that spine is not in a right angle, it's going to be hard to move. Imagine if you put your hand or your shoulder down like this, you're not going to be able to raise it up. Okay. And if you move your arm like this, there's something there. It's called your greater tuberosity. If you move it like this and you start moving it, it's going to move better. So that's the first thing that you need to remember. If you go to a good therapist or a good chiropractor or doctor or whatever, they need to figure out, the bony structure first. So that's the first leg to stand on, right? The second leg is the muscles. The muscle needs to be in some sort of an alignment. They need to fire well. How does the muscle fire? They have fluids inside. It needs to be hydrated. It needs to have that sodium and potassium pump. Sodium, potassium pump. If it's not in an alignment, just like, for example, you're cutting a meat, when you're cooking, right? And you're cooking, it's hard to cut a meat if you're cutting it across the fiber itself. So same thing with the muscle. That fiber needs to be in alignment. That muscle needs to be in alignment. If it's not in an alignment, it's going to be hard to move. If there's knots, a lot of people, hey, I have a knot on my muscle. I have fibromyalgia. Well, guess what? It's going to be hard to fire. That muscle will be having difficult time to fire. Fibromyalgia. What does fibromyalgia means? Fibro means fiber, right? That's the fiber of the muscle. And myalgia means pain in the muscle. Okay. Myo means muscle. Gia means pain. Okay. So fibromyalgia. So that's number two, the muscles. Hey, by the way, if you're watching live, comment live, watching on the replay, comment replay, and share and subscribe. Okay. What's the next leg? We talked about the bone. Number two is the muscle. What's the next leg? That's the next leg. The nerves. The nerves needs to flow. Okay. If that neck here is so tight, there's no nerve flow. If your shoulder is tight and your elbow is tight here and your carpal tunnel is tight, there's no flow of that nerves. What happens when that nerve is impinged? I have an impinged nerve on my back, on my shoulder, on my neck. It's an impinged nerve, right? So that nerve needs to flow. When that nerve is impinged, okay, can you guys hear me? If not, I guess I got to do this all over again. Um, uh, yeah, if somebody's watching right now, if you guys can hear me, that's amazing because I'm using a headset. Sometimes it doesn't work. Well, anyway, when that nerve is impinged, what happens? There's no nerve flow. There's no electricity flowing. And what do you call that? It's called neuropathy. Have you heard about that term? Neuro means nerve, pathy means pathology. So it's very, very important that, hey, Lucille, good morning. Thank you very much. Hey, Lucille, do you think you can hear me? So I'm using a Bluetooth headset. So let me know if you can hear me. Well, anyway, nerve, the third leg for you to be able to stand and to heal and to recover that neck and shoulder is actually the nerves. The nerves needs to flow. Well, thank you, Lucille. She said she can hear me. Perfect. Sometimes it doesn't work. Thank you very much. That's not perfect, right? But it's working today. So the nerve flow, the nerve needs to flow. And if it's not flowing, it's called neuropathy. Or sometimes you have that tingling sensation. You have that tingling sensation. It's called paresthesia. Paresthesia means partial paralysis of that nerve sensation there. Okay, so that's number three. In order for that leg to stand, what's the number four? In order for this to recover, actually, is your arteries, the blood flow. You need to have good blood flow. There's power in the blood. If you're a Christian, we always talk about the power of Jesus Christ, of the blood, covers with the blood. And same thing with the healing of your body. There needs to be blood flow. There needs to be blood flowing through because your blood carries oxygen, your blood carries nutrients. Without that blood flow, without that nutrients, it's not going to heal. It's not going to recover. All right. So it's very, very important. So let's go ahead and do a recap. 4 things in order for you to decrease that neck, shoulder, or whatever pain that you're having, back pain. First is your bony alignment. It needs to be in alignment. Your bone, your joints needs to be in alignment so it would move better, right? It will move better. If it's a ball and socket joint, it should move better. You got to distract it, distract, and then that way you can move it. So that bone needs to be in alignment. Number 2 is your muscles. Your muscle needs to fire. Boom, 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 boom. If it's not in the right angle or fiber, how can it move? Right? So, have it manual therapy done. I recently bought a Theragun, with that massaging thing. So it needs to fire well. Boom, boom, boom. Number 3 is your nerves. There needs to be nerve flow. If it's impinged on the neck, impinged on the back, shoulder, or whatever, there's no firing of those nerves responsibility. Hello, Christine. What's going on, Christine? Thank you very much for watching. So the nerves needs to flow. If there's no flow, what do you call that? Neuropathy or paresthesia or whatever you call it, tingling sensation. All right, number 4 is the blood flow. There needs to be good blood flow. There needs to be the right blood flow. You may have blood flow, but does it have decreased blood flow? How's the quality of the blood? Is it thick or thin? All right, so those 4 things in order for you to have that recovery. Because some of us, we just work on the joints. Some of us, we just work on the muscle. Some of us, we work on the nerves. Some of us, we work on the blood flow. Some practitioners. But in order for you to achieve, recovery, we call it rehab. Recovery is you need to have those 4 things to stand on. All right. I wish you all the best, my Facebook friends. Again, if you want a free copy of our book, How to Prevent Falls in Your Senior Years, come and join in our grand opening this August 13 at Jackson, Tennessee. It will be obviously in our clinic in Jackson, the 1296 Union University Drive in Jackson, Tennessee. All right. I wish you all the best. Thank you very much for those people who are watching and commenting live. I will see you around. Be awesome. Be great. Be excellent. And I'll see you on our grand opening. See you later. Bye-bye.